Hello and welcome to Your Daily Detroit. It is Thursday, February 13th, 2025. I am Jer Stays, and we are knocking on the door of Valentine's Day. We are here at our studio at Techtown with a wonderful panel of love, I will call it. To my left, none other than the Prince of Brightmoor, Norris Howard. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm doing fine on this wonderful Thursday. Hopefully everybody was hunkered down from the snow, but it's Michigan, so I don't know where everybody panicked.
Across the table from me is none other than engineer Randy Walker. How are you? Are you engineer of alcohol and audio?
Good. Luckily, I didn't have to deplete my supply of milk, bread, and TP, so I got plenty of extra left over for if we have another storm this season.
Do you freak out about that at all, or do you?
Absolutely not. I just keep myself well stocked at all times. Like, I don't panic buy, but, I've got 3-4 rolls sitting up above the stool.
You stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Right.
Exactly.
Don't get ready. Stay ready.
Exactly.
And then to my right, none other than the excellent Barchaelogist, historian, and many other things, Mickey Lyons. How are you?
I'm doing well. If I'm panic buying, I'm not buying milk and bread. It's probably more like bourbon.
That's a great thing to panic buy.
There you go.
And let's talk about that a little bit, because Valentine's Day is a day of love. It is something where you've got people around. Hopefully, if you're alone or you want to be alone, I respect that. I understand that. But what are we thinking about for Valentine's Day? What are we doing and getting ready for here?
I am going to be at a speed dating event at Congregation.
Showing that you are Detroit's most eligible bachelor?
I'm not going to go that far, but I am eligible. I'm going to just go. I've never done speed dating before, so hopefully I will report back with a successful evening.
So what I'm hearing is if a listener is very interested in Norris Howard,
I'll know they're a listener.
You'll know?
Oh, I'll know. I can spot a Daily Detroit listener from a mile away.
Do we have a look?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to go that far. That's another show for another time, but there is a look.
Randy?
I might try and see Captain America this weekend. The new Captain America movie comes out. You want to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. I'll hit you up.
Yeah.
All right. Mickey?
Well, I got to say my dog has a date, but I don't. Yeah. He's my friend Katie's dog, Bagel. His gotcha day is Valentine's Day. So they have a play date and they're going to hang out together.
That's so cute.
Right?
That's super cute. That's
Yep.
super cute. Well, if we're going to be going out and doing things, we oftentimes will be thinking about, well, are we going to have people over?
Yeah.
Are we going to get together? Are we going to get together as friends, as whatever? I think important to this is the well-stocked home bar, whether it's alcohol, food, all those things, making sure that you're like ready to have company.
Gerald here trying to be diplomatic. I'm gonna just be straightforward here. All right, this is Valentine's Day. All right, we talking about bringing somebody back home for evening, okay, of coupling. And so what we trying to figure out, at least what I'm trying to figure out as a newly single man, is I'm having to rebuild my home bar from scratch. I'm starting back again from square one. I'm a wine guy. I like a nice bottle of wine, but I understand that, maybe you want to do the cocktail thing. So we brought in the experts for all the rest of the single folks out there to say, what do you need in this home bar to be stocked up? So when you bring somebody back to the crib, you could be impressive and show off your knowledge. So hit me with it. Where do I start?
So I've got 4 categories that we should probably touch on.
Okay.
You've got your equipment. What do you need to actually make a drink?
Okay.
You have your basic bottles, 5-10 bottles of spirits you should have on hand to make a variety of cocktails.
Okay.
Some grocery items you should have on hand.
Okay.
And then actually recipes. You could wing it. You might come up with something good. Or, if you're coming home from a night out at the bar, maybe you don't need a recipe and you just kind of
just do what you do
shots or
Yeah.
sip something neat. But otherwise, you should probably have a few recipes on
Okay.
hand.
Where do we start, first of all, to me, with all of the equipment, right? Because I got some bottles of some things that I like, but where do we start with the equipment? Because I'm a cocktail neophyte.
I'm going to go slightly different from Randy's spreadsheet-based approach.
Yeah, people don't know. That laptop out has a whole spreadsheet.
It has a spreadsheet. He is a Boy Scout. He is prepared. I'm more along the lines of work with what you have, but also be prepared. And I'm going to recommend the first thing that you have on hand is a freezer martini.
Okay.
Because if you've got a freezer martini, my preference is vodka, but you can do gin as well. It's there, it's ready, it's waiting. Everybody likes a good martini at any time of the year, and the olives keep forever. So
Explain.
freezer martini. So it's a pre-mixed martini, vodka or gin and dry vermouth.
I feel like that's not tantamount to blasphemy from all the alcohol, folks?
Nope. No.
Wow.
Yeah. And you keep it in the freezer. It is screamingly cold. You drop in as much olive juice and olives as you want, and it's on hand. You're ready to go at any time. Who's going to turn down a martini?
So it's just in a bottle?
Yeah.
Or a container?
Yep.
You're not just doing the whole glass just frozen in the middle of the...
No. Nobody pre-frosts glasses anymore.
Okay.
But yeah.
See, I'm all out. I'm with you, Jerry. I was like, well, wait, what about the glass?
Right. You're just supposed to keep the... Like you do and if you're not pre-chilling the glasses, do the ice in the glass to get it down cold while you're making the drink.
Yeah.
That's what I'm used to. So I realize, so things
You
have
can
changed.
certainly do that.
I could do it. Okay.
Yeah. But if you keep the glasses in the freezer, they frost up and then water down the drink. So that's why you chill the glasses and dump the ice and then pour the freezing, screaming cold, already made martini so you are prepared should the occasion arise.
Is there any other options other than the martini?
There's a few freezer drinks, but I mean, martini's a classic.
Okay.
So that's going to be the number one thing I'd recommend.
For future reference, I'm a gin martini guy.
I am also a gin martini person.
I'm a gin and everything else but a vodka martini person. Yeah.
Okay, I think we start there, but I think one of the things is, and when I was very serious when I said I'm starting from square one. Like I'm getting a whole new bar cart and everything. How do I stock the bar cart? Because I see people and they be having all these tools. Now I get serious with my coffee. So I got all kind of tools with that. But where do I start with my tools?
So that freezer martini is a good step in the door, pour you this. But, you know, making the drink is part of the show, part of the appeal.
Yeah.
Show your date that you can actually do it. So I would start with about $20 to $80 worth of equipment, depending on the quality.
Okay.
Spend more, get better quality, cheaper.
All right, we going high end.
So
top of the list.
I'm not going to give you specific brand names or things, but I'm going to give you a list of tools, and then it's up to you, quality, price. So you want a jigger to measure.
Okay.
You want some shaking tins. I prefer the 2 tins as opposed to the one with the cap.
The little bitty cap.
The strainer built in that where you...
Because that's what you see normally at the stores. Like at a lot of the department stores or whatever, it'll be the big container with the little cap and little strainer in the top versus having 2 bigger cups that come together, right? Yeah. I'm trying to audibly explain the difference.
Yeah. But I understand what Randy is saying because I feel like the ritual, because it's all about the ritual and seeing, you know, you look like you know what you're doing, and having the 2 cups just looks cooler than having the little baby cap. That just feels a little Walmart to me.
So that's called a Boston shaker as opposed to the 3-part strainer cap that sticks. That's called a cobbler shaker.
So you want a Boston.
I like the Boston. That's the 2 cups that fit together.
Okay, you want the Boston. All right.
And that's for shaken drinks. If you are making drinks that are stirred, you'll want a mixing glass. You could get by with a solid pint glass.
Yeah. Do I need one of them long spoons?
That's the next thing is a mixing spoon,
course.
a spoon to stir.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the last thing you should get is a Hawthorne strainer. That's the strainer that fits on your tin to keep the chunks in the glass.
Okay.
That's the one with the little coilies around it.
Okay, got it. See, I'm learning new things every day. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. This is the important part that everybody want to know. I need 5 to 7 essential bottles. What do I need?
So this all depends on what recipes you want to learn.
I need to just give me a little something for everybody.
I'll go with my list. Mickey, you can go with your list, and we'll compare and contrast. Start with some gin.
Got some gin.
Beefeater's $22.
Okay.
You like different gin, your prices are going to be vary. My bottle list total is going to be about $110.
All right.
Bourbon.
Okay.
Buffalo Trace is $28.
Solid.
Rum. I like Plantaray 3-star.
I hear you the rum king.
I do like rum. If the 3-star is a little funky for you, you could do the Flor de Caña Extra Seco. That's $1 cheaper.
All right.
And then small bottles of white and red vermouth. That's the 375s, not the 750s. And those are $12 a piece if you do Dolan.
That's milliliters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, gin, bourbon, rum, and 2 vermouths.
All right. See,
not a vodka. Interesting.
I'm cool
If you've
with
got a freezer martini on hand already,
that's the vodka drink.
it's the vodka drink.
See, so maybe I got to just keep it. I'm not a vodka person, but I know a lot of people are. And no tequila. I ain't hear no tequila in there neither.
And I would differ, and I
So-
would say you need some sippers.
Mm-hmm.
So your bourbon, you could go with the Buffalo Trace. It's really versatile for mixing drinks, so you can make a Manhattan and an old fashioned out of it with what you've got on hand pretty much. You need some bitters, but I'm assuming those are the extras, and we're going to get to that. I would go with a sipper, a nice tequila. I'm not going to go into particular brands, but I would go with maybe some cognac. Nothing wrong with a good cognac.
See, I'm from Detroit. I'm from the West, so it's Don Julio. We doing Don Julio flat out.
All right, yeah.
Hennessy is cognac, right?
Hennessy is cognac. But
Yes.
I'm saying that's already in my house. I don't.
Every time I drink Hennessy, wild things happen.
That's the purpose
That's
of
the
Hennessy.
point.
That's
See?
the purpose.
Why wouldn't you want that on
Right,
hand?
we gonna have Hennessy
And then
regardless.
I'm going to throw in a wild card. And
Okay.
it should be, and it's going to be entirely dependent on you. You should have a bottle that you have a story about. So you were on a vacation in Cabo and you picked up this amazing bottle of tequila. For me, it's suitcase Amaro. I came back from Italy with a suitcase full of Amaro. So you can tell the story, impress your date, and also have a tangible memory with this bottle.
See, this is where I'm trying to
Yeah.
think. Right. No diss. I love spreadsheets and all that. And we love data driven drinking. But I'm a storyteller.
Yeah.
I'm all about like how do we get to the point where I can pull this bottle out and say, listen, what you about to have with me is an experience. And I mean that in many different ways.
I'll add on to this, though. I'm all about the foreign and national travel. But what about something local? When you think about adding to your bottle collection, what would you want to put in there locally? Now, for me, and this is maybe heresy. Some people will not like that I say this. When it comes to locally made spirits, I like things that are not necessarily bourbon, because a lot of that stuff takes a lot longer to create. When it comes to actually made here, I think about the gins, the vodkas, or something like an aquavit.
Yeah. I keep 3-4 different kinds of
I have
Norden aquavit.
all of the Norden
I
aquavits
do
at my
too.
house.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, what is aquavit?
It is a Nordic,
Yeah, Nordic
Norwegian caraway and dill based distilled spirit.
So compared to gin, that's based on juniper. You just swap the juniper out, or even make less juniper and add more caraway or dill, and you get aquavit. So it's the botanical, herbal, floral flavors.
I find it to be a lot friendlier to drink than gin.
Depends on the gin, depends on the aquavit. There's some really strong aquavit that's going to kick your butt.
Yeah.
And then there's some gin that's fine on ice.
One booze type I haven't heard mentioned by anybody here is mezcal.
Yeah, absolutely. Swap that in or out for the tequila. Now, mezcal and scotch. I also didn't mention scotch.
Yeah.
Because it's great to have a nice bottle of scotch on hand, but mezcal and scotch drinkers are very particular about which one they like.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you don't like scotch, you're probably not going to like, in general, mezcal, because they both have that peated, smoky process.
No, that's true.
And
That's
then
true.
keeping in line with your question of local and Mickey, your idea of a story bottle, you could do something like a bottle of Yezhnivka. It's very popular locally. It's not made locally, but it's popular locally. I know you don't like it, Mickey.
No.
But
What is,
know,
okay,
and-
for listeners,
Yezhnivka
what
is
is
the
it?
Polish blackberry brandy that is quite popular at bars around Hamtramck.
Oh,
and
I've had
spreading
that.
Blizzard.
Oh,
Not-
Jezzy.
Yeah.
Jezzy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I live
not-
in Hamtramck. I
Yeah.
have done my lifetime limit of Yeji. Probably on
Did
one
your
Puchki
liver
day
go on
alone.
strike?
No, my head did because it is so sweet and so sugary. That
Yeah,
makes
that's
for
the
a
sugar.
tremendous hangover.
All right, let's talk about the plus ones. It's more than just the main booze.
Yeah. So if you have all these bottles, cool. You can drink them neat or on ice. But if you want to make a cocktail, you need some grocery ingredients to go along with them.
Yeah. What do we need?
Get a bottle of bitters. What's your favorite? Angos Classic. It's the yellow cap with the oversized paper label.
Angostura.
Angostura. Lemons and limes.
I mean, I keep them just in general.
Perfect. Some soda water. Or if you
Okay.
have a,
Yeah.
what do you call
A
it?
soda
The machine,
stream.
the soda stream machine.
Yeah.
Tonic water,
Okay.
fresh mint,
I also keep that.
and simple syrup, which you can buy for $5 or make for like 30 cents.
Yeah.
Equal parts sugar and water. Bring it to a boil and let it cool.
Yeah.
I have strong feelings about tonic because I
So
feel like
do
there is
I.
a big difference between the cheap stuff and the good stuff. Now, I've existed on like the Faygo tonic, but upping your tonic game a little bit could add a lot to your life.
Yes. So I keep a sampler pack of Fever Tree's tonic water bottles. So they're little itty bitty ones. I don't even know what the measurement of them. It's like maybe 6 ounces each. So they're enough to make 1, maybe 2 drinks, depending on how strong you make them. And they come in a fun variety of flavors. So they've got traditional, the Mediterranean. There's an elderflower one. There's a grapefruit one that my sister swears by. So you keep that variety pack and you can really start to mix up your different kinds of drinks. More sweet, more bitter, more sour, more floral. Yeah.
I dig it. It. And one thing for me is I drink most of my drinks neat or on the rocks. I'm very much so straightforward. If I'm drinking to be drinking. But hearing these ideas of cocktails, let's get into these recipes. We ain't got to break down the whole recipe on the show. Just what are some drinks, a handful of drinks that a single guy in his 30s needs to know how to make in order to look like an urbane individual?
Also, I will say, I think we should include some of Randy's notes in our show notes.
We absolutely will include that. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So with the 5 bottles I recommended and the grocery ingredients we just talked about, I have a dozen recipes you can make with just those.
Fantastic.
A martini,
Yes.
a gimlet, a Southside, gin and tonic, Tom Collins, a gin Ricky, an old fashioned, a whiskey sour, a Manhattan, a mint julep, a daiquiri, and a mojito.
Oh man.
Okay.
That sounds all like stuff that I'm trying to drink on. Are there any more additional drinks that I should make?
I mean, I think everyone needs to start with the granddaddy of all cocktails, which is an old fashioned. So,
I judge my bars if they can make an old fashioned.
absolutely.
I'm the same
That's
way.
the first thing.
I'm
If
the
they can't
same
make
way.
an old fashioned.
That's the
I-
first. That's the first thing
Yep.
I'm getting.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
you brand new bar, hit me with the old fashioned.
Yeah. And if you shake that, I'm out the door. Yes.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
Or if I have to stay with friends because I don't want to yuck people's yums, I'm switching over to like bottles and cans.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
Another point I would make as somebody who has been drinking for a while, you don't want to go too heavy on the pours. Like you want this to be an experience. This isn't about just like pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
I think a lot of beginning drinkers overdo it on the booze side a little bit. And I
Yeah.
think that makes for a bad experience.
Yeah, I agree with that as somebody who is not necessarily a heavy drinker, but just I want to be able to host properly. Yeah, I just like a happy drink, something happy with all the other tastes. That's part of why I like an old fashioned, because I actually like the taste of all
Yeah.
the stuff that's in an old fashioned that just so happens to give me a little buzz.
So, all right. And I was going to say the thing with the old fashioned is that this gives you the opportunity to run the show. You can put on a show, show off your technique with your stirring, with your orange peeling, with, should you decide to muddle with that. Yeah.
Don't muddle.
Don't muddle.
Okay, so see,
It's a
no,
cocktail, not a fruit salad.
No, but this
The
is
muddler sounds like some sort of Batman villain.
but this is vital. This is vital because
Because I think a lot of people get into it and they see the pest. They're like, oh, I want to do this and smash up the mint or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's why I like a caipirinha, because it's just
See?
literally just cachaça, a ton of ice, and some limes, and that's it.
I do love a cap. It's been a long time since I've had. The last one I've had in Detroit was at that place called what? Texas Brazil? Texas Day Brazil. Are there anywhere else that I can get one?
I bet
You could go on
I
Book
think,
Tower.
Kiesling makes them too. Yeah. Book Tower has.
So does Sugar House.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Connor has a couple of cachaça bottles at the bar at Tokororo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've found anywhere that's a cocktail specialty place or a Latin forward place, they tend to have cachaça, so you can make a caipirinha.
The key to that is ratios. Don't be scared about how finicky to be things. I think good drinks are all about making your ratios right, correct?
Yes. And especially if you throw in, now we're expanding our bar, but if you throw in a bottle of Campari or an Amaro of your choice, then you've got all sorts of stuff you can make. You can make a Negroni, you can make a Boulevardier, you can make all sorts of fun stuff. And a lot of those are equal parts, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So,
See,
yeah.
that's what I like. I like simple recipes.
Yeah.
I feel so enlightened right now.
One thing that I do, I know that we have some listeners who, if you're a non-alcoholic person, then you may not have made it this far. But I will mention that you could do something like keeping a few cans of something like locally done Casamara Club.
They are so good.
I literally
Yeah.
I got some Super Classico at the curb right now.
Yeah.
I saw it at a bodega over there in Brush Park. So grab some. And
Yeah.
I just keep it on hand, in case I have a friend over that doesn't drink, but the rest of us are.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can just kind of blend in. Is there anything with those? I mean, not using the boozes, but using those accessories on the non-alcoholic side, Randy?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Depending on the bitters you get, they could be alcohol-free, or if you're not disallowing all alcohol, Angostura, some bitters have alcohol in them. Just add a couple of dashes of bitters, and you've completely changed.
What would be your base on something like that?
Soda, tonic.
Pop, yeah.
One of the Casamara clubs, even, you could jazz up.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to hear.
I drink a fair amount of bitters and soda, and they have all sorts of different kinds of flavored bitters.
So many flavors of bitters.
Yes. Chocolate bitters,
cherry
celery
bitters,
yeah,
mole bitters,
yeah,
tiki bitters that are a variety of flavors.
Oh, yeah.
Walnut bitters.
yeah.
All sorts of things.
Yeah.
Hibiscus bitters.
And that's another way to up your old fashioned
Yeah.
game is to change up the bitters and that'll.
Mhm,
Yep.
mhm.
I really encourage people to open up their minds around these kind of drinks beyond just sugar all the way.
Yeah.
Like, I love Faygo as much as the next Detroiter, but if you can open up your mind to less sugar or just different flavor palettes and try to find out what you like, you could really open up your potential on the kinds of flavors you could try.
Right.
Because I think sometimes the sugar can like overpower and it's just like all sweet.
Yeah.
And I feel like that takes away from the experience a little bit.
Yeah, you want complexity, and everyone has different tastes. So, some folks might want more bitter, some folks might want more sweet, but it is really about balancing and so that you can taste each ingredient, but they're working well together.
Well, one thing that you will be able to do, we are still working out all the details, but I want to mention you could hang out with all of us.
Oh, yeah.
We're still working out the details, but on 313 day, 313, it's a Thursday, we're going to be doing, mark the calendars, a Detroit trivia night. And Mickey Lyons, you'll be there. You'll be the master of ceremony.
I will be hosting. Yes, I will be your game show host for the evening.
And we may end up doing a live recording of the show as well. We're working on that. Engineer Randy, we'll make him sweat a little bit.
Uh-oh. It's been a while since I busted out my mobile studio, but it's ready for action.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Because, Randy, you are our engineer of alcohol and audio.
Love it.
I very much appreciate you.
Always a pleasure to contribute in
Norris,
either
how'd
way.
we do?
I think you guys did great. I feel much more prepared to go into this next phase of bachelordom and finally be able to be a classic man and get my Mad Men on and have a nice at-home bar. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a suit and everything.
Ooh.
And
Instagram pictures?
absolutely. I'm
Yes.
getting me a little suit. I'm having my cocktails. It's gonna be a whole vibe, bro.
We should do a thing, like a little reel of Valentine's weekend with Norris.
No, not this one.
Not this one?
Not this one. Not this one. Maybe next.
He's busy speed dating.
I'm busy. Yeah, I'm busy. But maybe next year, if all goes well, maybe next year. But yeah, once I get it, I'll put it in our Patreon only Discord. So if you want to see what bar card I end up getting and all that good stuff, slide over to the Discord and you can join us and see what's up.
And if you want to become a member, join us, patreon.com/Daily Detroit. You get access to the Discord. You get swag, including possibly, if you sign up for the right tier, Daily Detroit Rocks glasses that we have, which I'm very excited about. We've still got those. We got boxes going out the door very soon. Thank you to Luciano behind the scenes for that. Well, for now, I wish everybody a very happy Valentine's Day, however you spend it. I'm Jer Stays.
I'm Norris Howard.
I'm Randy Walker.
I'm Mickey Lyons.
Remember that you are somebody, and we'll see you around Detroit.